All right, here's a play from last Sunday. This is Memphis versus Central Florida. It's getaway day, and we are 20 pitches in the top of the first inning. Batter comes up, and the count is 1-2. We have runners on second and third. Central Florida is up 2-0 over Memphis. Batter turns on the pitch, hits it over the left field fence, no doubter, home run. And it's going to be 5-0 Central Florida over Memphis. Touches home, clanks helmets with his teammates. But now there's an issue. It looks as though Memphis is appealing a bat. Remember from a couple weeks ago, we had a bat situation in the Tennessee Vanderbilt series. And one begins to wonder if this is the same or similar type of issue. It looks as though it is a different type of issue, and I wonder if it's a foreign substance issue. They're going to measure the bat by placing it across home plate, and it looks as though maybe they're measuring the location of the pine tar relative to the NCAA rule. NCAA Rule 112E states that no foreign substance that will in any way discolor the ball may be added to the surface of the bat beyond 18 inches from the end of the handle. And the penalty for that is if pine tar or a foreign substance beyond the 18-inch mark, the bat must be removed from the game and the player warned. Notice it also says if the practice continues, the player is to be ejected from the game. And after conducting the measurement across home plate, the plate umpire turns and calls the batter out for using an illegal bat. The interesting piece, at least to me in this rule, is that it doesn't necessarily mention that it's a team warning. It mentions that the player is warned. And then it says if the practice continues, the player is to be ejected from the game. So does that mean that if the player comes up with another bat with questionable foreign substance at a distance not permitted by rule, that's how that's interpreted? And is that a per player warning of sorts? It kind of brings me back to a certain professional baseball game right around 1983.
Uh-oh. That's gone. And now the Royals have the one-run lead. George Brett has just homered, and Billy Martin and the Yankees want the bat. Look at Martin.
Well, what they're talking about, Frank, is that he's got too much pine tar, and you've got to have a certain amount of distance from the trademark of the bat and the pine tar.
Well, Billy Martin bounced right out of the dugout.
I've seen it called before, Frank. You are not allowed to have a substance of any kind above the trademark. What's going to happen? They're going to...
Now that is the plate umpire, Tim McClellan, with the bat in his hand. Now they're going to measure it across home plate.
Well, I've never seen this.
I never have either.
I don't know what they're measuring. They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, the Yankees win. He's out.
Yes, sir.
Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out.
He's steaming mad.
He is out and having to be forcibly restrained from hitting plate umpire.
Fortunately, slightly cooler heads prevail in Memphis. At this point, the UCF coach is cool, calm, obviously not happy, but instead of burning the field down, he simply files a protest about or regarding a misapplication of the rules. The umpire walks over to the press box, gives the protest mechanic. You can see him drawing the letter P with his finger and then pointing to the team. Essentially, that means that the game is being played under protest. Then we see the umpire take the bat, and my guess is at this point they're following their protest procedures. They're going to take the bat to a secure location, informing the Memphis coach about kind of what's happening and what the next steps are going to be. Except now it looks like there might be a little bit of jaw-jacking from the Memphis bench. You can see that the UCF coach is upset. He is hot. Oh, now the umpire is coming back out from where they were going to go. He's coming back out, still has the bat in hand. They are walking the coach back toward his own dugout, which is a very nice technique. And now the coach says something, and now he's ejected. Something else must also be being said from the Memphis dugout, because he's obviously not happy. The umpires are getting him back over. Now the Memphis pitcher looks like he's running his mouth to the coach. He gets ejected, and now everybody who's on the field is attempting to get involved in this situation. The umpires very quickly separate everything, get people cooled down a little bit. They get everybody to head back to where they're supposed to be. The Memphis pitcher is ejected. So right now we have 2 ejections. We have the Memphis, the starting pitcher, because we're 21 pitches into the game, and the head coach from Central Florida. Now the pitcher is ejected, and so now the Memphis coach has to bring in another pitcher. That pitcher is going to get all the time that he needs to get loose. And still they have to continue to go investigate the protest that was filed by Central Florida prior to their head coach being ejected. At this point, the game has been delayed in round numbers 8.5 minutes from the actual time that the home run was hit to the time they started investigating the illegal bat. It looks like here one of the umpires on the crew is just making some notes about the situation. There are still 2 umpires on the field, and then 2 umpires look like they're going to research the protest. Now we've already taken a look at the rule, and we know that by rule this is initially just going to be a warning, and so So it's entirely possible that by the end of this thing, we have a starting pitcher from Memphis ejected, the head coach ejected from UCF, and when it's all said and done, it's entirely possible that they're going to overturn this out call, because that would be a misapplication of the rules. Upon investigation, they're going to rule that this is really only a warning and that home run's going to count. So they're going to put those 3 runs back on the board, and we're going to be able to resume the game. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to unring the bell of the 2 ejections, the Memphis starting pitcher and the head coach from UCF. So after about 12 to 15 minutes, the umpires did get this play correct. Let's take a look at how the other rule sets handle this. National Federation Rule 1.3, Article 2C1, states that resin, pine tar, or any drying agent to enhance the hold are permitted only on the grip. OBR Rule 302C and the comment reads, any such material or substance that extends past the 18-inch limitation shall cause the bat to be removed from the game. Note, if the umpire discovers that the bat does not conform to C above until a time during or after which the bat has been used in play, it shall not be grounds for declaring the batter out or ejected from the game. 302C comment also reads, if pine tar extends past the 18-inch limitation, then the umpire on his own initiative, or if alerted by the opposing team, shall order the batter to use a different bat. The batter may use the bat later in the game only if the excess substance is removed. If no objections are raised prior to a bat's use, then a violation of Rule 302C on that play does not nullify any action or play on the field.